Iowans are at the polls right now. I cast my vote earlier this morning. Only took a few minutes, as voting in primary elections and deciding who they want on November's ballot for the general election is officially happening. So this year, you've dealt with new voting laws. For instance, a shortened window for absentee ballots. And tonight, you'll have one less hour to vote in person throughout it all, as Iowa's Chief Elections Officer is protecting the integrity of your vote. And joining us right now is Paul Pate, Iowa Secretary of State. Secretary Pate, thank you so much. We know this is a very, very busy day, so we appreciate you joining us this morning. So here's the big message. What can you tell our Iowans, our viewers this morning, who may be worried about voter fraud in our state of Iowa?
Well, first I want to give you the good news. We're seeing what could very well be a record number for early voting. We have over 73,000 Iowans who stepped up and passed their ballots early already. And we've made sure we've taken every step we can to make sure the integrity is there. Everything from voter ID to having your poll workers, your friends and neighbors on site to assure the integrity on that side of it. And we have pre-election audits, and we'll be doing a post-election audit when we finish this up to make sure the hand count we do on a targeted precinct matches up with the tabulators say. So we want to make sure people feel good about the results so they can count on that.
When I went to vote today, I had to present my ID. It was scanned, and then I personally had to put in the ballot form into the machine. So I saw some of those steps being taken place. But what can you tell Iowans right now so that they know they can trust the results of tonight's elections?
Well, key thing here is paper ballots. No one's going to be hacking into any data system to change a thing. As I mentioned, you have your friends and neighbors who are poll workers to make sure that the whole idea of custody of those ballots is assured. The fact that these ballots are secured in various fashions. As I said, we do the pre-audit on the tabulators to make sure they're all been tested with public viewing. And then the post-election audit, again, is part of making sure that everything has gone smoothly. These are all pieces of the equation. And voter ID is really the ace card, if you will, because that means only you get to vote, where no one else is going to have a chance to take your paper ballot and place it in the machine or vote it absentee without that identity component. So those are all big parts of it. And then we spend a lot of time making sure you know what the facts are. That's why we set up our website with information, frequently asked questions, those kind of things, because there's a lot of misinformation and disinformation that gets put out there. And some of these bad actors really are playing on that, and we don't want them to get away with it.
So would you say, as you're protecting the integrity of Iowa's election systems, is it because of that, again, paper ballot? Is it because you're not able to get hacked by being connected to the internet? Are those the pieces that are in place to make sure nothing goes wrong today?
Those are the key components. There's about 5 or 6, just I checked off for you, that are really what makes it work for everybody. Iowa's been rated one of the top 3 in the country when it comes to elections administration because of these various protections we put in place. And we've got a good team effort. Working with the county auditors and those poll workers, when we develop training procedures so that those people know what they're doing and can respond to all different kinds of circumstances. So I think we're getting there.
And we just want to make sure there's no confusion out there for anyone, as things possibly have changed, including where their polling place might be located. So what can you say to individuals that still might be a little confused on exactly what's happening today?
Yeah, I would double check by going to voterready.iowa.gov. At that website, it'll have a lookup tool there for you to verify where your polling site is. And there's also a lookup tool there for those of you out there who did vote absentee. Just double check if you have time today to see if they got your ballot, because it'll show, the county auditor will have indicated that on this website. Because if you don't see it on there, you still have time to go vote in person, because today is the deadline. Whatever's in the hands of the auditor at 8 o'clock is the official ballots that they'll be counting.
Secretary Pate, really appreciate your time. I'm sure we'll be checking in with you again throughout a very busy day today. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Take care.